Talking about back to school there as well, right?
So back to school for Madison County is August 19th.
Yep.
Joining us via Zoom right now is Dave Weis, president of Madison County Board of Education. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Good morning. Thank you for allowing me to spend some time with you this morning.
You bet. Let's start with some options. In-class, traditional, virtual education, stay at home and learn from home, and what's called the virtual academy. Mr. Weis, what are some of the top changes that were made into the final plan that parents need to know right now?
Well, like you said, the three choices or three options that parents have is to send their child to the traditional classroom, which I think most of us would agree that that's an important thing to do. But for those parents that choose not to send their children to school, we have a virtual option that is tied to each individual school that they can choose to enroll their student in. And then we have the virtual academy, which is a standalone school for grades 3 through 12. The virtual option at the school level is for kindergarten all the way up through 12th grade. And that one's tied directly to the school that their child would attend. So if their child attended Harvest Elementary or Monrovia Middle or Riverton Elementary, those children would continue to be in that school, but would be doing their work from home.
Mr. Weis, what about those students who want to participate in extracurricular activities? What would you say is their best option for the fall?
Well, I think that's going to be up to the individual parent to make that determination. But if a student wants to participate in extracurricular activities such as athletics, arts, band, drama, or the junior ROTC programs, the virtual school tied to their high school, middle school, or elementary school is probably the better option. The virtual academy will allow them to do athletics and band only because it is a standalone school, and we don't have the support mechanisms in place to provide that in that school. But if they want to participate in all those activities, then the virtual school tied to their individual school is a good option if they don't want to attend the traditional school.
Okay. Mr. Weis, all parents obviously getting set, getting ready, their kids and everything. That includes parents of special needs students. Will those special needs students continue to get speech and occupational therapy if they attend a virtual school, let's say?
I think those plans are still being worked out, but the intent would be to not stop the programming that those individual children would get. Certainly going to be a challenge and something that our staffs and teachers have to work through, but the intent would be to continue to provide those students with the same level of education that they would traditionally get in a classroom environment.
A big day for your district today. How are you guys rolling out the plan for parents, teachers, and families today? Are you posting it online from what we understand?
Right. It'll be available online. Parents are encouraged to go to the Madison County School website and to look at the options available. Check out the options, discuss the options available with their children and with other family members. And then we're asking them to make a decision before the end of, within the next 7 days, so on the 20th of July next week, so that the planners, the administrators at the school level and the administration at the district level can determine exactly, where the resources need to go in order to service all of the children, whether it's traditional or virtual.
Okay, so we'll be watching when you post this online later today. Just a very quick question, a few seconds left to go. What happens, obviously anything could change, but what happens if the virus obviously gets worse? How will that affect like school capacity, let's say?
Well, we have 3 levels of spread that will, based on the spread, and we'll make those determinations as we move forward. This plan is it's a good plan. It's a living, what I would say, it's a living and breathing document. So it's going to change based on the conditions and based on how things go. I would like to say that, putting this into perspective, when the swine flu pandemic hit back in 2009, we didn't have any of these protocols in place. We continued, we did continue to move through schools, and we did have our children in the schools at that time. So I think that we are much more prepared today to handle the coronavirus concerns than we were 11 years ago during the swine flu virus that came through in about the same time frame, March, April time frame. And I am very confident that we will be able to open up our schools on time, that we will be able to provide our children with the educational health that they need, and ensuring that their physical health is taken care of as well.
Absolutely, and keeping that open communication out there, making sure everybody knows what's going on. Madison County Board of Education President Dave Weis, thanks for joining us this morning. All important day.
Thank you.
All right, we appreciate you. It is 6:41 right now on your Monday morning.